Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very quick, very simple keto air fryer recipe for you. Today we're going to learn how to make very simple, quick keto air fried donut holes, also known as Munchkins. And if you don't have an air fryer, don't worry about that. You can still make these on your stovetop and they will still turn out delicious. And if you want a printable version of this, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. In a large mixing bowl, combine 86 grams or 3/4 cup of coconut flour, 5 grams or 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 12 grams or about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar sweetener of your choice. I'm using golden monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever brown sugar sweetener you want. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is optional. I like to throw some salt in to give my dough a little bit more flavor. And 45 grams or about 1/4 cup of the granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever sweetener you want. You can also adjust it more or less according to how sweet you want your donut holes. Sift or whisk the dry ingredients all together until everything is fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 3 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir into the dry ingredients more smoothly. Stir the eggs together with the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients have been lightly moistened. Add a 1/2 cup of room temperature butter that's been slightly softened. Make sure it's just softened, not melted. Stir the butter in until everything is fully combined. Add 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt or sour cream. Make sure it is room temperature. Room temperature ingredients makes for a smoother dough, which makes for a more fluffy donut hole. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or the extract of your choice. This is optional. I like my donut holes to have a little bit of a vanilla flavor to it. If you want more of a neutral flavored donut hole, you can leave the vanilla out or you can change it to whatever flavor you want your donut hole. You can also, if you want to, add some cinnamon or some spices to give the donut hole a little bit of a different flavor. It's up to you how you want your donut hole to taste. Stir the yogurt and the vanilla into the ingredients until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth dough. Form the dough into a ball. Then massage the ball for about 1 minute. This will just help absorb any extra moisture. After you've massaged the dough for about 1 minute, roll it back into a ball, place it back into the mixing bowl, place the mixing bowl in the refrigerator and chill it for about 10 minutes. This will help firm up the dough so that it holds its shape when you shape your donut holes. After the dough is chilled for about 10 minutes, remove it from the refrigerator. Massage it just a little bit just to make sure of the texture. Your dough should be lightly moist. It should not be sticky and it should not be crumbling. If it's sticky, then you need to add just a tad bit more coconut flour. If it's crumbling, then you need to add just a tad bit more melted butter or oil. Line a clean work surface with parchment paper. Scoop your dough out about 2 tablespoons at a time and roll each scoop into a smooth, tight ball and place it on your lined work surface. Make sure that you try to keep the scoops as circular as possible. They don't have to be perfect, but you do want them to look somewhat like a ball. Also, make sure that there are no cracks in the ball. Make sure you have a very smooth ball. If it's not rolled tight and it's not rolled smooth, then it's going to crack more in the air fryer and you will have a crumbly donut hole. So make sure you get the ball as tight and as smooth as possible. Once your dough is all shaped, preheat your air fryer at 350 degrees for about 3 to 5 minutes, or however long your manufacturer directions specify you to preheat your air fryer to. Generously spray the bottom of your air fryer basket or drawer. Then place the dough balls into a single layer in your air fryer basket or drawer. Make sure you leave some space in between them. You don't want them smushed up on top of each other. If you do, they'll cook all together and you'll just have a bunch of donut holes stuck together. So make sure there's a little bit of space in between and you keep a nice single layer. Then close your air fryer. Air fry at 350 degrees for about 5 to 6 minutes or until they're golden all the way around. Make sure you check them after about 3 minutes. You just want to make sure they're not sticking to the bottom of your fryer drawer. These will be very fragile while they are cooking, so be very careful when you do test them. They can fall apart very easily. Coconut flour dough is always like that. Anytime it has any warmth to it, it's very fragile. So be careful. Once the donut holes have cooked for about 6 minutes and are nice and golden, they still will be very soft, so do not try to take them out right away. I've told you guys many times before, gluten-free dough and gluten-free baked goods are very fragile when they have warmth in them, and this is especially so with coconut flour dough. So you want to open the drawer or the basket of your air fryer and allow the donut holes to cool inside the drawer or the basket for at least 5 minutes or until they're firm enough to remove from the basket or the drawer without them coming apart. After they've cooled in the air fryer drawer or basket for about 5 minutes, carefully remove them from the air fryer drawer or basket and place them on a wire rack and let them cool for at least another 5 to 10 minutes so they get nice and firmed up so that they don't fall apart when you try to put the glaze on them. If it does look like your donut holes have spread or have cracks or anything like that in them after they are cooked, after they've cooled for 5 minutes, you can take a spatula or your fingers and just slightly press them back together into a ball. And then as they cool, they'll bind together, so no biggie if they do have a little bit of cracks in them. Once they've cooled on the rack for another 5 minutes or so, place the wire rack with the donut holes onto a lined work surface, then set them aside for just a second while we make our glaze. In a small bowl, place 108 grams or about 3/4 cup of the powdered sugar sweetener of your choice. I'm using powdered monk fruit allulose blend because I think that gives it the best texture and taste. You can use whatever type of powder sweetener you want. Gradually add the room temperature milk of your choice, 1 tablespoon at a time until the mixture is completely smooth. I used roughly about a total of 3 tablespoons, but depending on the type of powdered sweetener you use, you may need a little bit more or a little bit less. Take your donut holes one at a time and place them in the glaze. Then use a spoon and scoop the glaze over the top of the donut holes and allow it to run down the sides until your donut hole is completely covered with the glaze. And place the donut hole onto your wire rack that is over the lined work surface. Allow them to sit on the wire rack for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the glaze is firm. Once the glaze is firm, you can put the donut holes on the serving platter of your choice and eat them immediately. If you do have any leftovers, store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.